Taurus, sun, moon, and rising. You trying to be outside. You trying to be in these streets. You trying to have a good time. And then your ruling planet Venus retrogrades back into Pisces. Way to piss in my pool, bitch. That's how this feels. Where it's just like, I thought we were outside, thought we were having a good time. Now I'm back in my feelings. What do I do with my hands? Like, what? You're gonna have to figure it back out, boo. Yeah, love is got to be reimagined. I feel like not only is Venus retrograde asking you to figure out who the fuck you are, now it's like, yo, you said you believed in this. You said, let's figure this. Grab your shit. We got stuff to talk about. Come on. Taurus, baby, hydrate, light it if you need it. What's up? It's your girl Jay, the High Priestess, back at it again with the general tarot reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Aries season 2025. Ho! Welcome to the real start of 2025. Welcome to Aries season. Happy Spring Equinox. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Aha! I forgot I have apple cider vinegar in there. Ooh. But yeah, so be sure to go watch that Aries season astrology video. It has all the important astrological dates in it, but I will put you on game. On March 27th, Venus goes back, retrogrades back into exaltation. And there's just something there about what do you really believe in? You're attracting in things, people, places, experiences that is going to help you reaffirm and help you figure out, like, 10 toes down, I believe in this. This is what I stand for. This is who I am. This is what I'm ready to do about it because of my belief, because of my faith. There is something there's something about getting, like, really faith-based and leaving behind fear-based mindsets. I actually made this shirt with a Taurus. I feel like I'm doing all tie-dye for Aries season. It's gonna be all tie-dye shirts. Look at this. Y'all are so fucking creative. Y'all are so fucking profound. Your skills, your ability to just make anything you touch bloom and blossom and embellish it and make it better and zhuzh it the fuck up. You guys, I feel like, are having to do that for your life now. Now, Venus does go direct on April 12th. So there's that to look forward to. It's not that far away if you really think about it. It's not that far away. But she's going to go direct in Pisces. So I want to go ahead and clear out that funky ass energy. Welcome in my benevolent ancestors, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth. Thanking you for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Aries season 2025. As we welcome in the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Aries season 2025. Breathe, baby, breathe. Because I feel like it feels like halted or like jolted. Like there's something that's like sudden realizations, sudden aha moments. You attracting in things that I feel like are really going to be like, oh, hold up. I thought we finished this. I thought this was done. Like, I do feel like some of you have somebody on a pedestal and they didn't ask to be put up there. You yourself need to be really 3:33 on the clock. You need to be collaborating and co-creating with the God of your understanding, whatever that may be. I like to say God. Some people like to say the universe, the divine, source, spirit. We ain't all saying the same thing. But You know what I mean. You're picking up what I'm putting down. Anyway, there's just something there around like, why is this person on a pedestal versus the God of your understanding? How did this person that you love or admire or secretly are craving or longing for or yearning for, how did they become your God? Ooh! How did this bitch become your God? Like what? Why are you worshiping them? What is happening? That's not for all of y'all, but some of y'all I feel like are worshiping either an idea, a concept, a project. It's like you're worshiping something, maybe even yourselves, like worshiping something that like, yo, the priorities need to be put back in place. Let's get this figured out. Okay, what is going on for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising? For Aries season 2025, the Page of Wands. I told you, especially if it's a new relationship or if it's a fire sign, like someone that may have been, for some of you, it's a younger fire sign. For some of you, it's someone that is just really effervescent and bubbly and fun and spontaneous and adventurous. They have a lot of energy. But I have Venus and Taurus, so I understand how this happens. Like a new person comes in and you just fall in love with the fantasy before you even know who the fuck this is. And there could just be some of you who are in an established relationship, I feel like need to put work into building that fantasy back up so that you can, not even the fantasy, it's like building, putting work into like bringing more pizzazz back into your relationship for those of you who are already in a committed relationship, especially if it's with a fire sign. But I do feel like first thing to be clarified on the selenite throne for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Aries season 2025 is your relationship with yourself. I feel like you are in the initial stages of a new relationship with yourself. How could you not be? Venus has started a whole new cycle in Aries, and her retrograding there, then retrograding back into Pisces is like, yo, you gotta like remember, or you have to remember maybe even for the first time or realize for the first time what you truly believe in so you can get clear about who you are. And you're coming back into your personal power. I feel like there's this new project or new opportunity or something that's lighting you up, someone that's lighting you up, but you need to be really, really focused on your relationship to yourself in Aries season. Aries is the sign of I am. You got to get real clear about who you are so you don't get lost in the sauce of this other person. So you don't start emulating them or start taking on their mannerisms or start, there's just something there around like, this is a time to build a new relationship with yourself. What are you passionate about? What are you excited about? What lights you the fuck up? I also feel like some of you need to travel. Some of you need to like go play in the desert, go play in the sun, go play in the beach. You need to be somewhere warm. I feel like your reinvigoration comes by way of like sunshine, being in nature. Ooh, okay. That may be the reading right there. Second card out is the Queen of Pentacles, King of Cups in the center of the reading, the Two of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, and now we have, originally what was on the bottom of the deck is the Page of Cups. Now we're going to have the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck. So yes, I've already taken my probiotic. Thank you. This is a turning point, baby. This is a turning point. This Piscean energy. Ooh, I'm going to show you a little bit of the plunge because I love you. But before that, I say that the plunge is my version of the extended over there on Patreon. For the Patreon plunge, we will be clarifying all of these cards. There's all kinds of astrological content. There's a tier for daily readings. Come join my ethical cult, darling. Patreon.com/JustJEverything. For free shit, check out my Instasham at JustJ_everything. TikTok is at JustJEverything. And for other dope shit that I do, my website, JustJEverything.com. Now I'm going to give you a little taste. You're at a turning point. This is Jupiter. Jupiter is a traditional ruler of Pisces. So Venus going into Pisces, I feel like, has you initiating a new relationship with your faith. That new relationship with your faith is going to have you revisiting the past. There's something about heartbreak or disappointment, people that have left, people that you left that you're still healing from. And all of this is about turning your back on the Five of Swords. See how their backs are turned to each other? Turning your back on the Five of Swords, turning your back on shady behavior, on turning your back on the past, and initiating a whole new cycle in love, creativity, spirituality. But it takes what I will say is it takes a shit ton of rain to get a rainbow this big, you know? And so I just feel like some of you are being forced to dissect the rain, you know? And there could be apologies. There could be a new take on old love. Some of you are in a relationship and you have someone to forgive, or someone needs to forgive you, or there could be grudges being held. But what I will say, first 3 cards out are court cards. There's a lot of cooks in this kitchen, hun. It's giving too much. This is too much. Ding, ding, ding. This is too much. Some of y'all got too many people in your business. There's too many people you're consulting or trying to get somebody's 2 cents. Like, there's too many people that are influencing your decisions. And the divine's like, yo, you need to pay attention to the signs and symbolisms that I'm sending you. You need to pay attention to the advice I'm giving you, not these other people. The first 3 cards, I'm telling you, you're gonna want to be in the streets. You're gonna want to be having fun, going on dates, socializing, partying, doing the things. But the divine is going to shift that because you have some stuff to re-examine. Ultimately, this brand new relationship with yourself is going to initiate you getting your mojo back, you getting back into that place of like self-worth, self-care, taking care of yourself. The more that you invest in yourself and taking care of yourself, the better all of your relationships will be. Ultimately, Venus retrograde in Pisces, Venus going direct in Pisces, is trying to get you to a higher level of emotional maturity, a higher level of spiritual maturity. There is also something about just being more masterful with your emotions, but not to the point where you're so hard to fucking read. You know, when it comes to the kings, there's a calcification of their suit. So you may just be like stoic, you know, and stoicism doesn't lead to intimacy, not the level of intimacy that you want. And there's just something there around like sharing your feelings, showing your feelings, not being in the King of Cups mode. It feels like no major arcana out, I will say. So this, again, Aries season for you. Aries sun, moon, and rising got this as well. Aries season for you has everything to do with paying attention to the company that you keep and your micro choices that make up to the macro moves. So I don't feel like there's a whole bunch of like, you're already at the turning point. The divine kind of rerouting has already taken place. There's this brand new cycle in luck. I just feel like things are moving for you. Things are moving in your favor. But there is something about you paying attention to the symbolism, paying attention to your hunches, really familiarizing yourself with the sound and sensation of your own spirit. There may be somebody with Pisces or possibly Sagittarius placements playing, possibly Gemini placements playing a big role in this season for you. But first and foremost, you have to initiate this new relationship with yourself, because once you get your self-worth on point, and when it comes to Taurus energy, the obstacle is always self-worth. It's always around value. It's always around how you value yourself, how you position yourself. Understanding your self-worth dictates your entire life. You know, your self-image dictates your entire life. Whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right. Hydrate. So you getting more masterful in your you-ness, in your muchness, I hear. Some of y'all need to go watch Alice in Wonderland. And not the weird Tim Burton one, the original. Or read that book. Or play around with some artwork influenced by that. I feel like it's really important in Aries season for you to reconnect to nature. Some of you may meet people while you're out in nature, or while you're doing something like, you know, going to a natural history museum or something of that nature. There is something around a pair, but the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Cups feels quite muddy to me. So there may be somebody with Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or some kind of new flame coming in that may be disrupting an established relationship. There may be someone who your emotions are all muddied up with in some sort of way, when what really wants to come in is union. You know, especially you getting more masterful when it comes to sharing your emotions. Taurus, y'all are ruled, Taurus energy rules the throat, and y'all can think all the thoughts and feel all the shit in your heart, but when it comes to expressing it, when it comes to saying it and verbalizing things, that's always y'all's obstacle. And I feel like you're learning something about Venus retrograding back into Pisces is going to help you get more masterful at expressing yourself, expressing love, expressing connection. This doesn't have to be romantic, but I do feel like there is something there around emotional exchange, artistic, creative exchange. Some of you may be working on a project with somebody, and then all of a sudden you start having feelings for them. I say a lot of you, but flip it. It may be the other person that's coming in. There may be somebody with Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio placements that's playing a big role. With the King of Cups at the center of the reading, I feel like this water sign or this water sign is very, very important, or they're coming in to teach you a big lesson. This also could just be Venus and Pisces energy that's coming in to teach you a big lesson. But either way, let's say your phone dry as fuck, there's no one on deck, there's no roster. This King of Cups in the center of the reading is like, yo, in Aries season, the whole point of it is you getting more masterful in your emotions, your spirituality, and your creativity. You start to fill your own cup, and you will attract in other people that fill their cup at the same level, and then we have collaboration. I also feel like some of you may be, those of you who are in a relationship, or if you just moved into a new house, or if there's like a task that needs to be done, don't DIY it. You need to ask somebody who, or pay somebody who is an expert in this field. Like, don't take like the cheap route and try to do it yourself. Some of you, I feel like, you know, you need therapy. Some of you are going to couples therapy. Some of you are thinking about becoming a couples therapist. Some of you may already be a therapist, but I do feel like there's someone that understands what you're going through, or understands your work, understands your craft, your art, your vocation, and that's like drawing you two closer together. If you're single, I do feel like your love life is heating the fuck up, but you gotta be in a place of like really prioritizing yourself and really doing the self-work and self-care to draw in the right person. Because if you are just out willy-nilly in the streets, you know, trying to bust it wide open or get it busted wide open, hey, whichever end of the spectrum that you're on, you could just attract in distractions. I feel like with the first three cards being court cards, there could just be a lot of distractions by way of like you wanting to be social. While Venus is in Aries, you're going to want to be social, and you're going to want to play, you're going to want to have fun, and you should do those things, but don't let it come at the cost of the goal, the mission, the vision, whatever that is, you know. Because the thing is Venus retrogrades into Pisces, and then Neptune leaves Pisces. So I do feel like there's some like overlapping of, and that makes sense. Venus will be conjuncting Neptune at some point. I'm not sure what day. And I think that some of you have been a little delusional when it comes to love, when it comes to this water sign, when it comes to maybe somebody with Pisces, Taurus or Libra placements, or Aries placements. There's just something here around illusion or delusion in love. And I feel like the divine doesn't want you out here delusional, baby. This is about you doing the work to really get where you're supposed to be, so that you can have like the divine communion that you're actually wanting to have with the right person. I feel like the right people want to come into your life. And the thing is that if you are viewing yourself as the page, you're going to attract page like shit. You view yourself as the queen or the king, you will attract at that level. So there's something there around working on this, focusing on this new relationship with yourself, so that you get really, really clear about what your new standards are. You trying to be somebody's plaything, you trying to be somebody's partner, you trying to be somebody's spouse. Like, whatever level it is you're trying to attract in, I feel like, or whatever level you're trying to attract on, you got to get 10 toes down around like, I deserve this. This is my value. This is my standard, you know. And as soon as you get clear about the standard in this new relationship with yourself, the right people come in and shit shifts. A lot of you, I feel like, can be building something real structurally sound. Those of you in a relationship, I feel like you absolutely can rebuild atop the rubble. Like, whatever breakdown in love or communication has happened in your relationship, you can rebuild this, but don't try to do it yourself. Some of you need therapy. Some of you need, to fall down a YouTube rabbit hole. Some of you need to, check out TED Talks or podcasts. Like, you need other you need other people who are masterful in that field, or whatever obstacle it is that you're going through. It could be around connectivity, or it could be around repair. Relationships, all relationships require repair. And that Two of Cups is not exclusive to romantic love. So I do feel like there's something about, you need to learn how to entwine. You got to learn how to share, baby. Taurus is the sign of I have. Y'all fall in love with your shit, your material objects. You like your stuff the way it is. You want it at the level that you want it at. But you're going to have to learn how to share. And some of you, that doesn't necessarily mean you need to learn how to share your partner if you're not down for that. Some of you who are polyamorous, I feel like there are new partners coming in, and some of you guys are learning how to share your time, dealing with jealousy, rebuilding your self-confidence, rebuilding your self-worth. Either way, this is a turning point. Love wants to come in, connection wants to come in, and rebuilding, repair wants to come in. But first, Venus has to show you where the breakdowns in your belief system are, so that you can rebuild your faith, reestablish what it is you believe in, and enter this new cycle of who you're supposed to be. 22:02 on the clock. You are getting masterful in being yourself. If there's anything you take from this reading, take this affirmation that I say almost every day. I am asserting the mastery of my real self. Thank you, thank you, thank you, God. Thank you, universe. Thank you, source. Thank you, spirit, that I am getting to assert the mastery of my real self. You are so lucky. Everything works out for you. Just do the work. I'll see you over on Patreon, patreon.com/JustJEverything. Come on, let's get into it. For the full version of the video, go to Patreon.